I think being a woman and being, I would even say even just a person of colour, you feel like people don't take you seriously, or sometimes they feel like you don't know what you're saying, or they don't believe you, and they always have to double check. And so it's become quite a big learning curve for me to sort of stand up for myself. I was at a moment where I wasn't sure what to do with my career. I was at a moment where I thought I should be a senior. I wasn't sure anymore. And I was told that it would be really good if I just put my stilettos on and join sales. And I just didn't know what to do. And especially coming from someone that's so high up, you're sort of afraid to say anything. Every job, you're either learning or you're earning. If you're not learning something and progressing your career, or you're not earning good money and having a big passion for it, what are you doing?
3 years after we've started this podcast, we thought it was time to make sure that those lessons and the takeaways from our amazing guests were actually actionable, something you can really put into place. So we have launched show notes, a bi-weekly email, get into your inbox, and that will give you the key headlines that is indexable, findable, actionable, and we can really start to make a difference in creating healthy, happy workspaces. So the link's below, or you can head to stansons.co.uk/space. Look forward to seeing you sign up. Hey, welcome to another episode, Space by Stansons. Today, I've got Kimberley Chut, EC1 Build, Head of Pre-Construction at EC1 Build. There we go, going running around. Thank you, Kimberley, for coming in. I love talking to designers. I love talking to end clients, landlords, but there's something cool about pre-construction, the nuts and bolts side of it.
I understand. I think I've always referred to pre-con as like the engine room of construction, because your whole job is bringing everything in, making it work, prepping it up to support delivery. And then it hands all over. You're such like a middle cog as well, right? Like you got to pick it up and pass it on. Oh, it's like a relay race. It's such a weird space because it really depends on the projects as well, where I could be super hands-on even into delivery, or I could be really hands-off and sort of say, okay, here's everything, run with it. And so it is a very weird middle ground.
How did you get into it?
I was an estimator for 8-9 years, and I really fell into that. I had a random recruiter message me and was like, have you ever heard of fit out? I was like, no, I have no idea which one. And I got a job and I loved it. I absolutely fell in love with it. I actually studied civil engineering at uni. And so I was a big maths and physics person, really, really into it. But when I came out, I just didn't know what to do with myself, as most do. You finish uni, you're a bit lost. And I fell into this and I've loved it ever since.
So you just came out of uni into estimating?
Pretty much. I had a small stint as a property manager for a bit because I thought, I want to do property. Everyone thinks property is going to be so fun. I was so bored. I was so bored. I was doing it for about 8 or 9 months and I would spend half my day not doing anything. I was like, this isn't life. I was like, what am I doing with myself? So I didn't know what I was doing still. I was 21 and then I got picked up by a recruiter, fell into the world of fit out, and I've just stayed.
Your heritage is Thailand.
So my parents are from Thailand, which means I'm Thai. But I was born here. So very mixed culture.
Cool.
There's a word that they use, it's luk krung, which basically means like half child. And it's more for the people that are sort of both English or like Western and Asian. But I kind of fall into the category because I sort of don't belong to either fully. So if I'm over there, I'm not considered fully Thai. And if I'm over here, I'm not considered fully English. I sit in a in-between space.
I've heard a saying from lots of people that have come from overseas, everywhere's home, but nowhere's home.
Yes, exactly that.
And if you know, that's a very, very deep saying.
It is. I could go back to Thailand and then be there for 2 weeks and think, I kind of miss England. And then exactly the same here. I'll be here and think, I haven't been to Thailand in so long. And it's exactly the same. I love being in both. I don't feel like I fully belong in either, though.
I can imagine. And in construction as well, male-dominated, British kind of alpha men. What's the hardest thing about having a Thai heritage and being a female in the role?
I think the biggest thing is having your voice heard and being taken seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a really big thing for people, also in my generation,
Mm-hmm.
of just having imposter syndrome
Mm-hmm.
massively.
Mm-hmm.
And I think being a woman and being, I would even say even just a person of color,
Mm-hmm.
you feel like people don't take you seriously, or sometimes they feel like you don't know what you're saying, or they don't believe you, and they always have to double check.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's become quite a big learning curve for me to sort of stand up for myself.
Mm.
I was always the little kid that hid behind my mum's legs, and I never wanted to speak up, and I was always really shy. And actually having a lot of difficult conversations and lots of difficult experiences throughout my career has formed me into a person that's got quite a strong backbone now. I sort of, if you don't agree with me, it's quite easy for me to sort of stand up and say, okay, well, that's your opinion. I'm going to move on and that's it. And I've had a lot of experiences in my career where I've had to do that and sort of say, I don't like the way I'm being treated, so I'm just going to have to walk away.
What's the worst thing that's been said to you?
I've got two in my mind.
Okay. I'm here for that.
One of them was from a very senior person in a company. Said, I was at a moment where I wasn't sure what to do with my career. I was at a moment where I thought I should be a senior. I wasn't sure anymore. And I was told that it would be really good if I just put my stilettos on and joined sales. And I just didn't know what to do. And especially coming from someone that's so high up, you're sort of afraid to say anything.
Wow.
Yeah. The other one, I'm not so sure about. The other one's pretty bad still, but someone said to me, you should drink a cup of concrete and toughen up. And I just thought, would you say this to a man? If there was anyone else, would you have said this? Is it because I'm a woman? Is it because I'm a person of color? Especially with the stereotype of a lot of Asian women, especially, the stereotype is that we're very submissive. You know, we have no backbone and we could be walked over very easily. And so in those moments, I was just like, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to stand for this, just going to walk away. And
good for you.
Yeah, and it makes such a big difference when you're in a company that you know appreciates you and know that they don't see you that way. Mm-hmm. But you don't realize until you're gone, you know? You don't realize how hard it is to be in that situation when you're not appreciated until you've moved on.
You've never had anything different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've met so many people in my lifetime now that aren't happy in their jobs because of ABC, and they don't realize that things could be better if things were different. Mm-hmm. And they think that what they've got is the best that they can have. Mm-hmm. And I think that's such a big stereotype of the past, mm-hmm. because everyone's always said, you need to stay here for 5-10 years. Mm-hmm. You don't. If you're not happy, you're not happy. You know, I have a big saying of every job you're either learning or you're earning, right?
Yeah.
In every job, if you're not learning something to progress and progressing your career, or you're not earning good money and having a big passion for it, what are you doing?
Yeah. Where do you get your work ethic from?
My mum.
Oh.
My mum.
Strong.
Yeah, massively. My mum is one of 11 children.
Oh.
And
strong again.
She one of 11 children and grew up in a slum pretty much in Thailand. And her sisters moved over here when my mum was about 40 years ago. So I think she was about 20 something, mm-hmm. 20, 30. She knew no English. She went to English school here. She picked up 2 jobs at the same time. She was working her ass off all the time. And she made it to become a really successful businesswoman. She had 3 kids, single mum, 3 kids, raising us all, whilst becoming the entrepreneur she is. And I look at her and I think, I don't have kids, I don't have a husband. If she can do that with all of that, why can't I? Mm-hmm. You know?
You ever told her that?
All the time. And she goes, oh, it's okay, Kim. You don't need to work so hard, baby. And I'm like, no, Mom, I need to.
That's amazing. That's inspiring. That's really inspiring. Do you feel that, obviously it's been tough being a female woman of colour Thai background, that's presented challenges. What do you think are the benefits or how it might have helped you?
I've actually learned that people are so good at their jobs because they've come from different experiences. Mm. And the variety of experiences that we have out there, it has built such characteristics for everyone that they're so good at their own individual items. Mm-hmm. And so the designers or estimators, you can meet 5 or 10 of them, but based on their different experiences in life, they'll attack a job very differently.
Yeah.
And there's all this sort of saying of a type A or a type B person. I'm all of it combined. I'm absolutely all of it. But it's because of my work ethic and it's because of my experiences that I can be pulled pillar to post. I won't be happy, but I'll do it. Knowing that there'll be an end goal, knowing that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And I think I get that from my mum because she probably worked her ass off for 5-10 years before she saw something coming back. I think about her first business that she built. She lost 70 grand in 7 months and she's got 3 young kids and it was panic, but she kept through it. She kept going. And at the end of it, she was comfortable. She made her money. She became successful. And it's just one of those things where it builds resilience into you. And so I think my experiences of being maybe not always directly put down, but always felt like I was not heard, has made me become very resilient. And me now having my own team, I think it's made me want to be a good manager for them. And I think, I'm hoping my team would agree that the effort and the attention that I give to them and support I give to them makes them want to be better at their jobs as well. And it boosts the whole team as a whole.
I find it simply fascinating how physical space can totally change how we think, feel, and behave. Meaning it can pause distractions, it can connect us, it can mean we do our very best work. And that's where Stansons steps in. This show is created by Stansons, who design, make, and install curtains and acoustics to create the perfect environment for people to flourish and do their very best work. You've got a project on, we know how it feels. Reach out and we'll start to talk.
I'm not saying to tell someone to drink concrete is ever right under any circumstances whatsoever. But I do know from my own experiences, which are very different, of course, but it's the times when someone's actually been really rude or really unfair or something like that, that it's actually built a constitution in you. It's built like something solid, like giving you a backbone that you're almost grateful to them afterwards.
100%.
You're almost like, actually, thanks for showing me how not to do it. 100%. Now I know how to do it.
You'd be surprised how much I've learned of what not to do in this industry.
Yeah.
I have had some really incredible managers and also some managers that I would never want to talk to ever again, specifically for this. But at the same time, I have learned so much from in every experience that I've had, again, of what to and not to do.
What's the biggest difference between being an estimator or being a pre-con and then having a team to manage?
I always refer to estimating as being like the dungeon monster, which I don't want to say is a bad thing at all. I think it's a great thing sometimes. I think estimators are always seen as the weird people of the industry, and it's not. It's just you like what you like, you're good at what you do, and sometimes you have those days where you're just going to bury yourself away from everyone, put your headphones in and just get on with it. Pre-con is a bit more, I don't want to say salesy, but you're taking into account, it's more of leading a client down a road, right? It was leading them through the whole process, hand-holding all through the process of design, of everything like that, and managing that process. The world of traditional and versus D&B are so different, but I can see more and more now how much they intermerge with each other. That, especially with EC1, we're very hybrid. We do a bit of everything. And so developing those skills in all those areas have become very important. And now managing a team and trying to understand people's characteristics and understand what they like doing has posed a bit of a challenge of workload almost, of trying to understand, okay, well, you're better at the traditional things, let's give you the traditional things. You're better at design, you're better at D&B, let's give you these things. And so finding that balance has been interesting. I didn't realize becoming a manager would be so much of managing people's expectations and emotions and everything other than their skill set, because I know certain people will prefer a certain job and certain people won't like other jobs. And so trying to keep people happy at the same time is a big thing of it, which I didn't expect.
Great. What's the most common mistake that cost a client a lot of money?
Not actually understanding the cost of installation, which seems really obvious. But for example, if a client says, oh, I found this amazing tile, it's beautiful, but it's only £30, £40 a square meter. They're thinking, oh, they're only paying £30 or £40 a square meter. Most people don't think about, oh, actually, You also need the grout. You also need trims. You also need the labor for it. You also need the delivery cost for it. All of these extra things that people don't think about. And it's a common thing with architects as well. No shade to some architects, but some of them don't think about it. And so when I'm there saying, oh, that whole floor is going to cost you 20 grand, they're like, why is it 20 grand? The tiles are only 8. And I was like, well, because of all these other things that you haven't thought about. And so it's one of those things where the price always creeps up because they're not considering all these extra things that are really important. Trims is a very important one that people always forget because they're just like, oh, yeah, you're tile and you're done. It's not like that. There's so many little items that people forget.
I was only laughing because that person's me.
You know what, it's me too.
I am like looking at this and I'm just like, oh, that's not that much money. I'm like, oh, what about the I can totally, everything is, you drew me in that. That's perfect. It was hilarious. If a client, what's the easiest way for them to save 100 grand?
There's a saying of slashing and burning. I hate the saying. I absolutely hate
Slashing
it. Slashing and burning. So you've priced everything. Let's say I've priced everything and we're sat at 3 million. They're like, I need to save 100 grand. You have two options. You either VE a bunch of things. VEing is a whole process in itself where you're looking at, my favorite one is different tiles. Love a different tile. Or just different paint finishes. Or one I'm looking at most recently is swapping out joinery partitions for really heavyweight curtains. Massive saving. Save them about 70, 80 grand. I know. But there are certain projects where you have already VE'd as much as possible. And at that point, you're going to have to slash and burn to get your cost. And I hate doing it because you end up losing the essence of what the job is. I think the big problem is that people don't understand the cost of things. And so we get to this point of full designs ready. The clients already put in a lot of money on architects and services designs. And we get to the point of, okay, well, this is how much the job is going to cost you. And they're like, oh, we're 200-300 grand over budget. And the idea of slashing and burning is painful because the clients have already fallen in love with their big feature pieces. Their big feature pieces might be 10% of the job, though. That's the problem. I think having a budget up front is always the way to go. And being very upfront of this is the maximum we can spend and designing to a cost.
And what's the most important money that they can spend? If there's one thing that you just don't VE, like what must you keep right?
I don't think people understand that the lights are not just plonked anywhere. There's a whole lighting design that has to happen. There's whole lux levels that need to be measured, the same as all the mechanical. All the levels need to be to a certain standard. It's very difficult to down spec mechanical and electrical. And so what I've ended up doing quite recently is when clients are feeling like they need to save money, I will tell them what their base level costs are without anything architectural. I'll tell them your mechanical, your electrical, your builder's work is going to cost you this much to just get you an open space. And then you only have this much to play with for anything architecturally. And so it's very difficult to bring any cost down on mechanical electrical unless you're looking at different manufacturers. And even then, it's quite difficult.
Important to keep the lighting right.
100%. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you for pointing that one out. Because it's easy, isn't it? It's easy to spend the money on the pretty little fluffy bits, but some of that base level is actually people's health and well-being.
Yes, exactly that.
So
yeah.
No, that's great. Oh, amazing. And when you've been doing projects, you've learned from your mistakes. What's the biggest mistake you made?
Oh, there's so many. I don't want to.
Doesn't everyone? We're humans, aren't we?
But you definitely learn from your mistakes. I think it's not my mistake. I'm going to call out someone else because I can't actually think of one. You put me on the spot. I once had an old manager. We walked around site and the project manager said, guys, can I just show you something? And we're like, okay. We walked around site. He said, oh, do you see this shaft? And we were like, yeah. He was like, so a lift is meant to go in here. And we were like, oh, where is it? He said, I don't know. You didn't price it. I think there was 3 lifts on the job. And this manager, old manager, didn't price one of them. And it was like 4 floors. And I was like, oh my God.
No.
And it's one of those things that I will never forget. Always check the lifts now. And so I was like panicking all the time. Actually, I can tell you what one I've forgotten. It was awful. On all the dry lining, there's something called letterboxing. And it's where the services will run through the dry lining, through the partitions, obviously. I completely forgot it. And that was like, I think that was like 30, 40 grand.
What? To cut all the
Just
dry lining?
Just to cut holes in the dry lining so that the services can run through
wow.
it. You know what it is I just was not thinking. You make a room and I'm like, oh yeah, all the services will just, sit there.
I know, but be kind to yourself. And I say this to everyone actually in pre-conny, because pre-conny, that's a new word. Because you talk to me about the tiles and you have think about the grout and think about the trims and think about the cuts and think about the labour and think about the wastage. I'm like, oh.
There's so much to it.
Suddenly, and that's just the tiles.
Yeah.
And then when you're doing a whole building, floors potentially, all on plan, it might not even be there to sit. And I'm like, yeah, how do you price that?
Yeah.
How?
I used to have one manager that would say, you win jobs by forgetting things, but you also make enemies with your project managers. And you do not want to make enemies with your project managers. So 100%, it's very difficult to keep everything in mind.
Yeah, I wonder if a project can ever be priced perfectly.
No. I think this is a big thing with quantity surveyors and estimators. I think a lot of people in each job think that they could do the others. It's very difficult to go from estimating to QSing and vice versa, because you come from such different mindsets. I will not look at the exact detail of every single thing because you can't. You're running 3 or 4 jobs at a time, pre-con side, whereas a QS is dedicated to one job. And so the level of detail you both go into, you could never do each other. Well, I wouldn't say never, but it's very difficult to interchange because your attention detail is completely different.
Yeah, what's the best thing you've ever been told?
The best thing? I was going to say it's not your fault.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
The best thing,
I like that.
It's a very sweet one. But when I joined EC1, there was a big thing of, you're such a breath of fresh air. And I thought that was the nicest thing. And it came at such a pivotal moment in my life where I had a few previous managers tell me that a really good skill that I have, they would say a soft skill, is I have good people skills. And that's something that I never thought I could have or did have. I was always thought I was really shy and awkward. So to be told that I have good skills talking to people was actually very sweet. When I joined EC1 and I had that thought in my mind, I was like, oh, maybe I do have good people skills. And then to be told you're a breath of fresh air, I think was so nice and so comforting after being in a few situations previously that I wasn't so happy with.
I think that's just to put it in a nutshell, like we were talking before about the challenges of Thai and women of colour and female. I think that's the beauty of having people from different cultures, is the breath of fresh air, is how we think differently, how you might just approach something completely different way around to somebody else. And neither's wrong. It's actually brilliant when you've got both.
Well, this is exactly what I mean about people are so good at what they do when they come from different experiences and they've learned from their own experiences, and we can all come to a table and attack it from different points of views, and it works so well.
What was one thing you would say to your self 10 years ago?
To not be afraid. People talk about the Sunday scaries. I have been in situations where I've cried on a Sunday because I was like, I don't want to go in. That's how bad it's been.
Oh,
and
I'm sorry.
No,
it's not. That's not great.
It's not great.
It shouldn't be happening.
It's not at all. And I just thought, if I could tell her, it doesn't have to be this way. You can go and be so happy somewhere where you're celebrated and you're supported and loved. Don't be afraid. Yeah.
That's such a beautiful answer. I'm really glad I asked that. That's a really, really, I think that's encouraged. Everybody can be encouraged by that. That's really great.
At Clarkwell, you guys had the blind boxes, and I sat there and I was like, I know I'm going to get an overthinker because that's who I am. And I said, but I don't want an overthink. I want something else. And I got the overthinker and I was like, the world knows. The world knows I'm an overthinker.
Maybe he's just there because he's come out of you and it's now in a model form, but it's not within you anymore.
He's sat on my little computer thinking, and I look at him and I'm like, I'm not going to be you.
It's actually probably the best one to get. It is. Just a reminder. Yeah, no, that's cool. And what do you say to yourself in 10 years' time, where do you want to be?
In 10 years' time, I would love to be a pre-construction director. And I would love to help my team grow even more. I'm so big on development of someone. I have a thing where if you join my team, I will go through a plan of how we're going to get you to your promotion, and I do that for everyone, because I know if they know they're invested in, and I'm investing in them as well, then they want to do better, and we can help the team grow. And so I would love to be a pre-con director and just watch my team flourish. Honestly, it's such a big part of it, because the jobs will come and go. The jobs are on a conveyor belt, right? In and out, in and out, in and out. But my team are here, and physical people that I just want to boost.
Such a great attitude. I love your ethic. You are a breath of fresh air. You are.
Thank you.
You really are. That's cool.
Can make you blush.
Are you a dog or cat person?
I'm a dog person.
Are you a tea or coffee?
A tea. Oh, this is awful. I don't like caffeine. Not that it doesn't agree with me. It does nothing for me. I could take a pre-workout shot and go to sleep. Yeah, I don't know what's up with me.
So you're a tea?
I'm a tea person. But I also it's more of a coziness, not a flavour thing. I don't really care about tea or coffee. I'm a water person, which I think is so boring, but...
So good for you.
It's so good for you.
Are you a night owl or a early bird?
I'm an early bird. Gym before work.
Weight training or cardio?
Both. I hate cardio. Absolutely hate it, but I have to do it. But I'm up at 5:30. I'm at the gym by 6. I'll do weights, and then I'll do like half an hour of cardio afterwards, and then I'm showered and off to work.
Massive. Do you track your calories?
I track it all. My new thing is, I know the world is all weird about AI right now, but with Claude, track my calories. I track my weight. I would track every single thing, my sleep, and I send it to Claude every day, and it creates a whole list of what I have to do to, like, as if it's a game. And I'll say, okay, this is my goal, and it'll be like, okay, well, you had really good sleep last night. Maybe you can do a few more steps today, and it will tell. It's like my personal trainer and nutritionist all in one.
Whoa! So how do you track your sleep?
I don't have it on today, but like a smartwatch. Yeah.
So you just put that data into Claude?
I literally, every morning, I screenshot it all, because it's all on my phone anyway, and I send it to Claude, and I'm like, do your thing.
My next question was going to be, what's your favourite app? Don't tell me Claude.
It's not. It's not. This is a really rogue one. Reddit?
No, you're not the only one.
Okay,
you're not
fine.
the only one.
Yeah, I love Reddit. I think it's just so interesting. It's just like people talking and then very openly and anonymously about all their experiences, and it's so good to get feedback from.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like that.
What's
in your handbag? Well, what's two things that are always in your handbag? Yeah.
Oh, it's not in there right now, but it's always a tape measure. It's a disto. Oh, it's awful. We're really big nerds at EC1, but when we're massive nerds, because if we go for a night out, me and the PMs, how high do you think the ceiling is?
Oh, you're joking.
No, we're such nerds, honestly.
Oh, you're joking. I'm not playing with you.
No, don't. It's really fun though.
I bet it is.
I think when you work in construction for long enough, you get to a point of knowing sort of how long things are or how big things are. And all the men that didn't have distos on site will do their big long strides and be like, yeah, that's 6 meters, because they know how long their steps are. I've got little legs, so I don't know. But I've discovered on me from here is a meter. You learn the weirdest things, and that's 6 inches, and that's 1 centimeter. I don't know why I would need to know any of these things.
I have no idea why you need to know, but that's great.
But it's one of those things where people think you're such a weirdo, but it's just,
of course I do.
Things you pick up.
Oh dear, you do have to be weird, don't you?
You do.
To get through, you have to be weird.
To be in construction, you have to be a bit
weird,
strange.
And you have to have a sense of humour.
100%. Oh my goodness. I was talking to Emma, one of our designers, and she is just moved over from Australia recently, and she was telling me how different the humour here compared to Australia. And I think we were just saying it's because English people like to talk a lot. We love to talk, and we love to just like yap a little bit, and we just have to make jokes. It's usually at our own expense, but but that's the best thing, isn't it? We love to make fun of ourselves.
Yeah, I think quite sarcastic.
Yeah, super sarcastic. I actually love British humour.
Yeah.
It's just, that also makes me feel like I'm at home. Thai humour is very similar. It's very, it's sarcastic, but it's also very blunt. but in a cutesy way. So I love it. It's so fun.
Favorite food?
Oh my gosh. This is really specific. In Thailand, on the beach, sticky rice, gayang, which is like some chicken, and somtam, which is a spicy papaya salad. I'm done.
But it needs to be on the beach.
It needs to be on the beach.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
You know, like the sea salt in the air.
And what are you drinking with it?
A Thai iced tea. Have you ever heard of a Thai iced tea? It's bright orange. I don't know how to explain it. It's bright orange. It's got condensed milk in it.
Thick?
No.
Sweet?
It's sweet, yeah. It's very sweet.
Fruity?
No, it's very creamy. It's like, it is a tea, but it's very condensed milk creamy. I don't know how to explain it. I'll bring you one.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been introduced to Tim Tams from Australian.
They're great.
I'm all about different cultures.
I feel really sad, but I think they're better than penguins.
Oh, a million times better than penguins.
Yeah, I feel really bad saying that because I grew up with penguins, but they're much better than penguins.
That was my first thing. As soon as I ate one, I was like, nah, the penguins are out.
I actually can't have penguin anymore.
No. And have you done the Tim Tam Slam?
No.
Oh, we're talking Australia here. You bite off each corner and then you suck your tea through. It has to be a tea because it's thinner than a coffee, and you suck your tea through it like amazing. It's a straw, that bite of each corner, and then you eat the Tim Tam, and it's all like warm and melted in the middle and just beautiful. Yeah, but that's my Australian podcast guest told me that.
That's amazing.
And we did it, and so that was very cool.
Yeah, I have to try that. I'll try that.
But I'm all about foods from different countries. It's amazing. What's your favourite colour?
Actually, a burnt orange.
Oh, that's cool.
I was going to say. I didn't realise that I loved a burnt orange until I had a friend do her bridesmaids dresses in burnt orange. And I was like, they look amazing. But I would say it changes quite a lot. I feel like people always stick to their favourite colour. Mine changes. I'm a seasonal person.
Oh,
yeah.
I think it's got, and even trends.
Oh, massively. Like
stuff suddenly becomes acceptable.
When all the millennials were doing everything in like the forest green, I was all for it. I'm a millennial. I was all for it.
Yeah. I'm a millennial.
I was sold.
Oh, that's cool. And how would your colleagues describe you, Emily, the designer? How would she describe you? Emma. She
says I'm really bubbly, which is nice.
Yeah.
She made this one comment at Clerkenwell, is my hair's very red and I have really like curly hair and I'm quite short, and I would run around and be like, are you guys okay? Do you want to do this? Do you want that? And she was just like, I'm just like a little fireball. And I actually think most of my friends as well would say the same thing. I'm always just running around trying to be there for everyone. Do you need that? Do you need this? And that's, I think
good
my
energy.
team, just very punchy, which again, I think if you ever speak to some of my old colleagues, some of them would say that's not who Kim is, but it's because I couldn't be myself in certain environments. But when you get to an environment where you can flourish and you can be bouncy, you can be yourself, it makes a world of difference, you know?
You are able to flourish, but then the other side of it is you have flourished.
Yeah.
So you have developed, you have got that backbone, you have got that confidence in yourself and able to be yourself. Mm-hmm. So that's great too, right?
Yeah, exactly that.
So you got to celebrate that.
Yes, exactly that. Yeah.
So it's amazing. That's really good. And last question, what do you listen to when you need to like focus? Pressure's on.
So when I was at uni, I used to listen to that lo-fi girl on YouTube. You know, the one that she's just nodding all the time. But I actually can't anymore. I can't listen to music. It's going to be awful. I actually watch things in the background. On my phone, in the corner, is Netflix on something like a murder mystery or whatever it is. And I'll work during that. I can't actually listen to songs because I'll want to sing. But if I'm watching someone talking about a murder mystery, I'll be fine. And I'll lock in and get my work done. Amazing
answer. Kim, thank you so much for coming on and sharing all that about your heritage, your personal career, the role, and then just loads of random questions that I just thought up on the spot. But really insightful, really enjoyable. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
And please like and follow the show, help us get more great guests like Kimberley on, and we will see you next time.